Good evening, everyone. Thank you very much for joining us. Just confirm that you're able to hear me and you're able to also see the slides that I'm going to present. So, as we just start this particular webinar, I want to welcome all of you to our session. My name is Wanjala John, a senior trainer with Africa 118 in collaboration with Google Digital Skills for Africa. And I'm joined in with my colleague Orwa Joseph, who will be your moderator. So just feel free and confirm on the chat that you are able to see me and also to hear my voice. Just confirm on the chat and let me know. Feel free, guys, so that we can start our session today. I'll just give a couple of minutes for the first people who are joining, and we'll be glad to know if everything is okay on your side. So just confirm that you're able to hear me loud and clear, and just say hi on the chat, and we'll be glad to know that you are able to hear us and also proceed with this particular session. Thank you, Orwa, for confirming that you are able to hear me and also see my slides. So I believe we are good to start. As you can see on your screen, we are going to discuss more on how to use marketing tools and social media to grow your business online. So as a business person, how best do you incorporate the marketing tools available? And also how best are you going to use social media to grow your business online? So feel free and also stay tuned just to know that we are going to share with you a lot of tips and some of the things that you also know, and also improve on some of the things that you should know. I'm just waiting to see how many are joining us. So confirm so that I can be knowing that I'm being accompanied by at least 2 or 3 of you who are able to chat with us, and we'll be glad to continue. So just pay attention to some of the things that we are going to share, and maybe just to highlight a few, we are going also to share with you some important links where you can access this particular content. This session is going to take an hour, and you should be able to grasp all that we are going to show you today. On to our first agenda, we are going to see how to set up and optimize your Google My Business listing. That is what we are going to look at as our first agenda. And then from there, we are going to see how do you plan your digital marketing strategy. Then from there, we are going to see the last thing will be how do you leverage on social media channels and email marketing. So as a business person, what do you consider as your marketing tool? Do you want to set up a Google My Business listing, or do you want to do any strategy online using a particular tool? So stay tuned and we'll be able to just see how best are you able to do all these. So I'm just being informed that some of you are joining. So feel free just to let us know where you are joining us from, and also say your name, and we will be glad to proceed. Anyone joining us? Just confirm that you are able to to see me and also to hear me? Confirm. Confirm that you are able to. Ladies and gentlemen, just confirm that you are able to hear me. Thank you. Thank you, Tolu, for confirming. So I think we can proceed. As a business person, how do you set up a Google My Business? And this is a question that most business people are not aware about. You find that either you are trying to do this, do that, so that you can have that online visibility across Google Maps and on Google Search. So, as a business person, you need to ask yourself, what am I supposed to do so that I can have visibility online? And the first tool that is free and basic is Google My Business. And I'm just going to share with you some of the great things that are on Google My Business, and also some of the tools that are very essential for you as a business person. So, just to ask, which marketing tools do you use currently? Which marketing tools do you use currently? So, if you are a business person, what are some of the options that you do have when you are doing your marketing online? Feel free to tell us on the chat, and I'll be glad just to respond to that. So as I check them out, we should be able to know that you as a business person, you understand some of the tools that are very essential and good to be implemented. And to our first agenda, how to set up and optimize a Google My Business listing. So a GMB, the moment you hear GMB listing, that is an acronym of Google My Business Listing. So how best do you optimize it, and also how do you set up? So when you are doing this, the first thing you need to ask yourself, what is Google My Business? And when you are talking about Google My Business, we are talking of a tool that you are able to have a presence online on Google Search and on Google Maps. What do we mean when we talk about this? So the moment you are online, there are so many things that people do online. And so many people ask, what am I supposed to do so that I can have visibility on the online platform? And the first thing that I usually ask, have you exhausted all the free tools? Because that is just the basic level. You know, we have the basic, we have the medium, and then we have the top notch. So the moment you are talking about having an online presence, what do we mean? So if you're a business person and you are in the room, just post your question on the chat, and I'll be able to use that as an example in our today's session. So I'll be waiting to see the first business, and that will be the name that we are going to use all along. So just to proceed, after understanding what Google My Business is, this is a free tool that lets you manage how your business appears either on Google Search or on Google Maps. And just to see some of the ways that you can engage with customers on Google for free. So Google My Business gives you this particular feature. And when we are talking about engaging customers, you know, in every business, customers are the key people that you target. So if customers come to you and they want something and they communicate to you and you do not respond to them, I'm very sure your guess will be as right as possible. They will leave and they will never come back to you. But if you're a good business, if a customer leaves a review or if a customer leaves a comment and they are able to just come back and tell you, yes, I think we liked what you shared, we did this and that, and maybe you should improve on this particular aspect. So those are some of the things that you can get out of Google My Business. So you'll find once you are verified on Google My Business, you can attract customers with great business profile. So if I'm the customer, when I go online and type in the name of your business, what will appear on the far hand right side? And customers, the moment they see that, they will be in a position to say, wow, this looks great. I think I want to be involved with this kind of a thing. And then also it gives customers more ways to reach you. Either they can reach you through calls or messages or even leaving reviews. So when you're talking about all those options, you need to ask yourself, which option suits me? And then to the third one is also they see how customers connect with your businesses. They will know how many people did like this particular platform through this particular media. So that is very, very important. And just to understand, how do we set it up? First of all, I usually tell everyone, the moment you want to start a business, think of a baby. Before a couple gets a baby, they usually start by asking themselves, what if it's a baby boy? What if it's a baby girl? And then the next thing is the gender. So the moment you think about the gender, you are like, okay, fine, let us wait maybe for some few months to pass before delivery, and you will now go and know the gender of the baby. So when you're talking about that, you'll find the next thing that is very critical is the name. So as a business person, you need to understand which particular name do people like or do people resonate with, so that you can easily know which name goes with this particular business. After getting the name, you have to choose a category. When you're talking about a category, you need to understand which category suits best to your business. So is it fashion design? Is it something else? So choose something that closely relates to your category. Then add your location. Your locality matters. And then add some business contacts. Is there an email? Is there a phone number? Is there a messenger or Facebook, so that you can be in a position to understand what a customer is saying on this particular platform. And then lastly, you have to finish and manage your listing. And just to walk you through, and then I'm going to share a practical example, is where you, after understanding everything, you now choose to verify your account. And that's the point where you need to get everything right. So how do we do this, ladies and gentlemen? So for you to get this right, allow me share my screen so that you can get the best out of it. I hope you can see my screen. And when you're talking about Google My Business, you can see the account. This is just a new tab. So on the far right hand side, you'll find your profile and 9 dots. Click on the 9 dots. Locate where Google My Business is. It should be the third icon. Locate it. After locating it, now it will bring you to list of businesses that you've ever done, or some of the lists that that you've ever been verified. So when you want to add a listing, you'll come here, add a listing, and then here you can say I'm using a Ragre fashion design. fashion design. After writing that, that's the first step. You now choose the category. So here you'll now come and enter fashion designer. And the good thing with Google, the moment you enter the first name, it auto-generates. And then you tap next. Then if you have a location, you choose yes. Then from there, you need also to enter your location. Let me write this. Then next. Then it will ask you, do you serve customers outside this location? So when you are doing that, you can say yes. And then this is optional, so you can just skip and then have fill these other details. So these other details you can easily fill and just see that you are right. If you have a current website, you can insert it there. And also, if you don't have one and you need Google to make one for you, you can choose the third option. And basically, that is it. So the moment you tap next, it will take you to the verification stage. Once I say finish and manage, it will take me to verification stage. And that is where now you come in contact with us as Africa 118 using this particular URL. After entering that, you'll find it will load. And now after showing you all these, you're supposed now to enter request for a callback after entering either your phone number, email address, and the message that you want clarity on. So that is a way that you can easily call us and we will come to where you are if you need verification. Thank you. So just feel as much as possible to write the stages that you've done and we'll be glad to proceed. Now to some interesting news. Do you know a complete listing on Google My Business attracts more customers than an empty listing? And these are some of the reasons. Researchers suggest that a complete listing is 2.7 times more likely to be considered reputable, which means if you have Google My Business and it's verified and you do not have access to it, you do not update pictures, you do not do this and that, nobody will be able to come to your business. So when you are dealing with this, be very careful to complete your profile. And the good thing with this is that you are able to do what? To request for callback. We'll call you, and then also if you have any question, you can write it down on the side that I did show you, and our call center agent will be able to reach out to you with the specific facts, and you will be good to go. Any questions so far before we talk about managing your GMB listing? Any question? Any question? If there's no any question, I think now I'll show you how to optimize. And optimization, it's now meaning making sure your listing has got 100% or 90 and above. So when you are talking about that, you have to make sure that you understand what is your business lacking, what do you need to do, and then the moment you get that right, you will be able to hit the road. So after doing that, ladies and gentlemen, you need to add a good photo. And once you add a good photo, you will find everything will work out. And how do you do this? Let me now just show you. If you want a good photo, number one, ask yourself, what is the logo? Help customers recognize your brand. The logo determines a lot of businesses. So make sure once you have your business on Google My Business, make sure it has a logo. Number two, cover photo. If you need a proper cover photo, a photo that has the best entrepreneurs your business has ever served. So always make sure you have people who can give you good photos. That is a cover photo and a logo. And then also we have additional photos that just makes your profile to be authentic. Also remember to update your business hours. So just make sure that you update your business hours and you'll be able to get it right. So if you need also to get the best out of that, you can see how best to do it. Okay, so always remember one thing, ladies and gentlemen. When you are optimizing your listing, let it be something that will be appealing to the customers. Sorry for the technical hitch, guys. I hope you are now able to see and hear me clearly. Sorry about that. So we can proceed. As I was saying, when you are talking about optimizing your Google My Business listing, what you need to make sure that you need to update your photo, and also you need to update your business working hours. So when you are doing that, you will find that it's going to show you the rates, and you'll be able to proceed. So after updating that, also you need to update your business information. What business are you dealing with? What are some of the things that you need to make sure people know the services and the products that you deal with? So those are some of the key things that are very essential for you as a business person. And how do you stay competitive with Google My Business? So the moment you have your listing up and running, you'll find you are in a position to get things right, and also just to keep it going. Just want to make sure that you are able to hear me loud and clear. We did have a technical hitch, so just confirm that you are able to hear me loud and clear, and I'll be glad to proceed. I'll give people a couple of minutes, and then we see if you are able to hear me clearly. Anyone in the chat, kindly confirm if we are good. Confirm if we are good. Okay, I'm being informed most of our audience are having internet issues, and that is why you are not able to hear me. So I know I'm being informed by your coordinator that you're having internet issues. So I think as opposed to just proceeding with this particular session, I will get in touch with the organizer and have this session run next week, same time, or maybe the time that will be communicated to you. Apologies for the delay, and also apologies for the course that has been made. And I hope we'll be glad to connect again. So I've been your lead coach today. My name is Wanjala John. And also thank you for just joining and also purposing to join this particular webinar. I appreciate you people putting it in your calendar and making sure that you can attend you can attend this particular session. But because of the technical issues that some of you are having with the internet, I think most of you are not able to join this particular session. So I've been requested by you organizer just to postpone it, and I think that will be something that possibly we can do, and see how best we can continue with this from the start come next week. Thank you very much for taking your time, and have yourself a good night, and God bless you all. Thank you guys, and see you later.